Black Widow, 2021. The story opens in Ohio, 1995, where young Natasha Romanoff lives quietly with her sister Yelena and surrogate parents, Alexei and Melina. Their suburban life feels warm, almost normal, until it suddenly collapses. Government agents storm the house, forcing the family to flee in chaos. A tense escape leads them to Cuba, where Alexei reveals their true identities as Russian spies. Soon after, Natasha and Yelena are separated and delivered to the Red Room. Childhood innocence shatters as training replaces love, shaping Natasha into the deadly Black Widow the world will one day fear. Years later, Natasha Romanoff lives on the run following the Avengers' fracture. Hiding in Norway, she seeks solitude while haunted by her past. A mysterious package arrives containing Red Room vials, triggering memories she tried to bury. Meanwhile, Yelena survives an assassination attempt and discovers a chemical antidote that frees widows from mind control. Determined to destroy the system that enslaved her, Yelena tracks Natasha. Their reunion in Budapest erupts into combat, blending sisterly rage and emotional pain. Old wounds surface as they realize the Red Room still exists, secretly manipulating assassins across the globe. Natasha and Yelena form an uneasy alliance, fleeing from Taskmaster, a silent warrior capable of mimicking every fighting style. Each confrontation pushes Natasha closer to confronting her guilt. They travel to Alexei's prison, breaking him out during an explosive avalanche escape. Alexei, once the proud Red Guardian, now clings to faded glory and stories of past heroics. Despite his flaws, he longs for family again. Together, they seek Melina, hoping she holds answers. Tension fills every conversation as trust remains fragile. Yet beneath sarcasm and anger, the fractured family slowly begins to reconnect. Melina reveals the horrifying truth: the Red Room never disappeared. It floats hidden in the sky, controlled by Dreykov, the man Natasha believed she killed years earlier. Natasha's past mission resurfaces, exposing the devastating cost of her freedom. Guilt overwhelms her as she admits innocent lives were lost. Dreykov's manipulation and psychological control run deeper than expected, binding widows through fear and chemical obedience. Betrayal erupts when Melina appears to side with Dreykov, delivering Natasha and Alexei to him. Yet beneath the deception lies a calculated plan, proving survival sometimes requires playing the enemy's game. Captured inside the Red Room, Natasha faces Dreykov, whose calm cruelty reveals his belief in absolute control. He mocks her morality, convinced she is powerless. Dreykov's pheromone lock prevents Natasha from harming him, symbolizing the system's grip over her body and choices. Taskmaster's identity is revealed as Antonia, Dreykov's daughter, scarred by Natasha's past actions. The revelation shatters Natasha emotionally. Meanwhile, Yelena and Melina work to dismantle the Red Room's defenses. Natasha, desperate for freedom, breaks her own nose to sever the pheromone control, reclaiming agency through painful sacrifice. Chaos erupts as the Red Room collapses midair, raining fire and debris across the sky. Natasha fights Taskmaster fiercely, refusing to kill her again. Instead, she frees Antonia from control, offering redemption instead of death. Yelena spreads the antidote to widows worldwide, breaking Dreykov's empire permanently. Alexei finally proves himself protecting others, while Melina disables the core systems. Each character confronts who they were and who they choose to become. As the Red Room falls, so does Natasha's past. The destruction symbolizes liberation, not just for her, but for countless women enslaved for decades. With Dreykov defeated, the widows scatter, now free to live on their own terms. Yelena struggles to define her identity beyond missions and orders. Natasha offers guidance, acknowledging the pain they both endured. Their sisterhood strengthens through shared survival rather than blood alone. Taskmaster escapes quietly, her future uncertain but hopeful. The aftermath is quiet, reflective, and heavy with loss. Natasha finally forgives herself, understanding redemption is earned through action. She accepts responsibility for what comes next, knowing her fight is far from over. The world still needs heroes willing to face darkness head-on. Natasha prepares to rejoin the Avengers, now committed to freeing her imprisoned allies. Before leaving, she ensures Yelena has resources, freedom, and choice, something neither ever truly had. Their goodbye is emotional but restrained, shaped by years of survival. Natasha hands Yelena a vest, symbolizing legacy and connection. They share humor, pain, and mutual respect, no longer controlled by the past. Yelena watches as Natasha disappears, understanding heroism isn't about perfection but persistence. The bond between them endures beyond distance. For the first time, both sisters step forward not as weapons, but as women. In a post-credits moment set years later, Yelena stands at Natasha's grave, grieving quietly. Valentina Allegra de Fontaine interrupts, offering purpose wrapped in manipulation. She presents Clint Barton as the man responsible for Natasha's death. Yelena listens, conflicted between truth and vengeance. The moment hints at future conflict, blurring lines between justice and revenge. Natasha's legacy looms large, influencing choices even after death. Her sacrifice reshapes those she loved most. The scene reinforces the film's emotional core, consequences ripple outward. Black Widow's story does not end with her life, but continues through those she freed. Black Widow is ultimately a story of identity, control, and chosen family. Beyond espionage and action, it explores trauma and healing. Natasha Romanoff confronts the ghosts that shaped her, proving heroism can mean dismantling systems, not just defeating enemies. The film reframes her legacy within the Marvel Universe, honoring her humanity rather than her sacrifice alone. Every punch carries emotional weight, every reunion echoes loss. By reclaiming her past, Natasha empowers others to escape theirs. Black Widow closes with freedom earned through pain, love rebuilt through honesty, and the quiet truth that redemption begins when someone finally chooses themselves.